Okay, I want to go over finding the approximations in your calculator. We've already done this several times, but let's do it again here. So first, on this first one, you can see we have the secant of 13 degrees 15 minutes. First of all, we don't have secant on our calculator, so we're going to put this in 1 over cosine. First check, it should always be in degrees right now. We'll eventually switch to radians. So then 1 divided by cosine. Then I'm going to put in my 13, and I'm going to go up here. I want to go to my angle menu, and I want to put in my degree and then my minutes. Now, if you converted this to decimal degrees, you could just put in the number without any of these, but you'd have to convert to decimal degrees first, and then enter. And there's our answer, and you'll just want to round to as many decimal places as they tell you. Now the second one down here, this is a little bit more complex, and you don't want to round. You want everything to stay in your calculator. You don't want to ever write anything down, because if you do, you're going to end up with the wrong answer because you're going to end up over rounding. So this is where it gets important that you use lots of parentheses. You keep things in order. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to do cosine of 100 in degrees, so I can just put in the 100. I don't need the degree sign. I piecemeal this as much as I can, but this last chunk I'm going to have to do is 1. You'll see that. And then times cosine of 80. Okay. Then I'm going to minus, and then in parentheses, I want to put all this. So first, my first one, sine 100. Now, I probably don't need as many parentheses as I'm using, but I like parentheses because they are going to make sure that order of operations get done correctly. Okay, so I've closed all my parentheses, hit enter, and my answer is -1. Now we came up with a nice clean answer. If you had rounded, you wouldn't get this nice clean answer. So it's important that as you start this, it all stays in your calculator. I try to put as little in at a time as possible. The answer button is hugely important there. Some of the calculators have a memory function. You can store functions. But I try to do as much as I can piecemeal because I can see what's going on. The longer you get, the more parentheses and the more confusing it's going to be. Remember, your calculator is okay to order of operations, but you are better. You need to make sure it's doing it correctly, and that how you do that is parentheses.